What up, Tech and Gamers? It's your boy Jermaine with Tech Toys and Gaming, and today we're going to improve your audio once again. If you've been following my channel, you'll see there are a lot of microphones and a lot of audio devices to improve your studio audio, your gaming audio, your podcasting audio, and we're going to check out this new all-in-one portable podcasting kit. Yes, another audio mixer, sound mixer for your live streams, for your recorded streams, your podcasting, for your YouTube setups, similar to this one here. And the device is, let's jump into it right now with our legs open. What? The Comica ADCaster C1-K1 streaming podcast audio kit. In your face, techies and gamers, a super portable audio mixer that comes with its own pretty sizable looking condenser microphone, and not just a microphone, it's an XLR microphone that is compatible with this device. So there will be some kind of conversion going between XLR to USB-C or maybe 3.5 millimeter audio jack, depending what comes with this device, the actual ports, the in and out ports. So we'll take a look at that. Without further wait and procrastination, let's just jump right into it and see what comes in this box for your hardcore cash. All right, Tech and Gamers, here we are, my fancy dandy knife, my Batman knife, and we're gonna go ahead and slice this bad boy open. Flipping the box open, you are presented directly with your caster and your microphone wrapped up in plastic, which is awesome. But looking here on the front of this device, this thing looks pretty clean, even though there's a little bit of dust there, but it's pretty clean. Nice, smooth radial knobs here, stepless, absolutely. Nice 4 little denoise loop back, duck, and mute options. Very soft to the touch. Rubbery buttons, so there's no noise or clicking to it. Then on the bottom, you have 6 little effects, sound effects buttons. And on the top, we have 2 outputs, 1 speaker, we have an aux, and 2 inputs for microphones here at the right side. And then we have a little clip here that kind of opens up to kind of tilt and lean your device, I guess more facing towards you if it's laying on a table. Then on one side you have a USB-C port, I would imagine for connecting to your PC, MacBook, or for charging. On and off switch, obviously, I guess that's for Bluetooth. And then power button, a monitoring port right here at the bottom right. Flip it over to the other side, we have another monitoring port there for 2 people to monitor. That is actually your charging port, so the other one is not. And this obviously is for your XLR. Looks like 2 microphones can be connected to this 1 port. Let's check this microphone out. Let's see what we got up in here. We have an XLR condenser microphone. It is the STA-X2S. And then you have a nice can looking top mesh component. And on the bottom is XLR connectivity only. Underneath that, there are several components right here. This looks like it is the actual stand for the device, so you can make it as tall or as short as you may need it to be standing on your desktop. Also included is an XLR to 3.5 millimeter 2 stripes, so that's TRS. Then we have another dual XLR cabling, that's right. Then we have our USB-C to USB-A, of course, to connect to your PC. Comes with its own little shock mount. Pop filter windscreen here to prevent your plosives and spitting on the mic to make it wet. Looks kind of clean, nice and metallic. Those little holes on the front are very, very tiny, so I would imagine this thing works pretty nice. Nice branding there too with the Comica C on it. At the bottom here, we have our base plate for the stand, nice and heavy and metallic. More cabling in the box. We have a longer USB-C to USB-A. Also packed in is a TRRS cabling for connecting external audio devices, mostly like iPads or iPhones. Full set of instructions to get you nice and started. We have a nice little certification for quality check pass, so I presume this thing works flawlessly. And then you have your cough button templates. This essentially tells you what these buttons are since they are not already labeled, and looks like you can make one custom one. And for all my spec heads, in case you have questions regarding the specs on this, take a quick little screenshot, pause it right here so you can see what exactly is going on internally with the device. All right, and this is everything that comes in the box with the exception of this awesome knife. Don't look at it. Alright, takers and gamers, so here we are with our illustriously large microphone. So we are just going to set it right here and probably not have it as tall. Actually, that's the shortest setting. And if we switch views, we'll see that I have my caster right here in my face and in your face. And we're gonna get started, start connecting devices and everything, and see what we got. For our connectivity purpose here today, we are going to be using the XLR to the 3.5mm jack. Another awesome piece that comes with this, which is a dual XLR to USB-C. So effectively you can connect it to, is this the right port? Yep. See how it says there XLR 1 and 2? Yeah, that's where you would effectively connect this dual mic, right? You have two XLR mics to a USB-C connection here. Two more microphones on the two inputs on the top. So you can effectively have 4 microphones. Wow, that's a lot of mics for this one little Comica device. For our purposes today, we are going to connect it to input 1 here on the far, I guess, depending on which way you have it oriented, right or left. Input 1, right? And then from the input 1, we'll have our XLR cabling here. XLR going to our microphone here on the bottom. And of course, I'm gonna listen with you guys on the fly here with my own headphones. We will connect this headphone into one of 2 monitoring jacks. So the left side is 2 and the right is 1 for your monitoring. So with that in, I'm gonna actually pop this stand up so it can lean towards me a little better. To power it on, you would just press the power button for about 3 or 4 seconds. And you have a lot of lights going. I'm powered on and I'm actually not connected to my PC. Why? Switch to desktop view. You'll see that I have the ADCaster here. So you want to select that as speaker, and you also want to select it as microphone, which it is already selected. So that way you can get your microphone going into your PC so you can record, as well as get your PC audio, whatever you're playing on PC, back into your ADCaster, and you can have multiple streams of audio going and coming through this one device. Looking at the interface really quickly before we delve into what this device can actually do. Up top, you have a number of settings on this display itself, and this display is in fact touch sensitive. That's right, it is a touch panel, so be mindful of when you're handling your device. So right here, just off the rip, you see that you have some LEDs. It is not fully charged. There are 4 lights. Right now I'm on the 3rd. So that is your battery life indicator there. Above that, you see Bluetooth. Bluetooth currently is not connected, but once I flip the switch right here, you will see that Bluetooth starts flashing and lets you know that it's broadcasting, looking for a device to connect to, but we'll turn that off for now. And up here, you have a number of voice changing effects. You have robot, monster, male, female, and tune, which is probably just your auto tune feature there. All right, mic 1, levels, mic 2, and this is monitoring levels. I have a monitoring completely off, which you control with this. Get to that in a second. You have other EQ settings here on the left, touch sensitive as well. You have your input 1 levels here, your input 1 knob, input 2, as well as your aux input, which will be your aux connections that gets connected to this device via the ports on the back, or probably through Bluetooth, but we'll check that in a second. Then you have your master input, which will put your master out. Right now, I am on the out function. This button serves 2 functions. Right now it's out. If you click it, it goes over to monitor. So I can turn up my monitor, and you'll see my gain levels on my monitor steadily go up as I rotate the volume knob here, right? And I pretty much can rotate it multiple times. And right now we are at max monitoring audio with this device. Right now I have it on mute so you can't hear it. Let's turn our mic on. Here we go. The mic is now on in your face. This is a condenser microphone, which will do good pickup when you have that gain quite loud. So right now I can actually sit up comfortably and not worry about having to get too close to the mic. So this is the quality out of box. Quite loud actually, and honestly it sounds pretty decent. It is XLR, but whether it's USB or XLR, sometimes you can't really tell the difference. I may want to lower the input values of this microphone, and with that we'll just use our first one here to lower it, right? So we're not blasting our brains out with this microphone audio. The playback for monitoring here via the actual audio mixer is instant. There is no delay, so I'm quite comfortable listening to myself talk to myself. What? Let's play with some of the EQs here for this microphone. So let's click through the first one, which would probably be deep. It cycles upwards instead of starting from the top down. So yeah. Clicking deep. Deep makes it a little deeper. It gives it a little bit more bass, but I feel like the midtones is actually what's getting a little deeper, and some of the bass, but not so much. But this actually sounds good if you want to sit back and still capture some of your bass while you're kind of away from the microphone. I'm about a foot away from it. Not bad sounding actually with deep. Switch to the next one, nature. I don't know what nature means. Nature means, I guess that would be your natural voice. It actually sounds pretty crispy there. I like the way that sounds. Let me bump up my gain here. Now, how does nature sound? Sounds pretty good, I think. I don't know if that sounds any different from when any of these EQ effects are off. 1, 2, 3. This is the nature sound. 1, 2, 3. This is the non-nature sound. This is with no EQ on. Back to nature. 1, 2, 3. Tell me if you hear a difference. I can't really tell too much. And last but not least, bright. Oh, this sounds like it has amplified some of the gain, because in my headset I can hear more of the fans going on in my house. I have my PC right here, and I can hear the PC fans a little bit louder, but my voice also sounds a lot clearer. Oh yeah, that's nice and clear with bright. Those hisses are real. Whoa, look at the clipping. All right, I'm gonna do that again. Let's check out what these reverb effects can do, starting with room. Now we are in a room, and there's a little bit of echo. This a large room actually. Sounds cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just like counting because sometimes I forget what. Stage. Stage has a lot of echo and reverb in it. Now, I don't see any way to actually control the reverb. There are no reverb or effects controls to make it less or more. So what you see is what you get, but you kind of got to expect this when you want to travel super light and have something to use on the go with this size. So it may not have so many features, but it has quite enough to be a nice all-in-one podcast kit for traveling. Anyway, next is Hail. What the hell? What the hell you say? So what this is kind of sounding like to me, Techies and Gamers, I could be wrong, but starting with room, it's like a very low level of reverb. And then when you get to stage, the reverb is bumped up just a little bit more. And then when you get to the hall, it is reverb at max. That reverb sounds really good though. It's super clean. I like that reverb effect. So yeah. Let's move over to the right. We have our voice changing effects. So let's go through that really quickly. Right now we are in tune. This is Auto-Tune. Auto-Tune makes my voice sound cool as a fool. At the same time, what?
Female voice. It sounds like two voices in one. I could be wrong, but it definitely sounds like two voices in one. Yeah, male.
I am now a male because I need a male voice changer to make my male voice sound more male-y. What? This is male. Again, it sounds a little bit like my voice and the male voice. Next is robot.
I am a miniature robot.
The robot voice sounds actually kind of cool.
Let's go over to
monster. This monster voice is actually cool. I think the monster voice is my favorite. It's the best out of all of these, and I don't hear two voices. I just hear my monster voice. You better subscribe or else.
All right, so let's go ahead and move down to denoise right now. Now, when I actually go over to the bright setting, it really amplifies the gain on this, and you can hear the fans even more and see the levels even more. Right, the levels are a little bit higher. So let's go ahead and try the denoise. So it's just a button that denoises. It's not a knob that allows you to introduce how much or how little denoising you want to do. So by clicking denoise, it literally wiped out all of the noise. I don't hear any fans whatsoever in my ears. Now let's go through some of these pads down here where we get these special, call them cough buttons. This is already pre-programmed with 5 sound effects here on your cough buttons. And then there's one custom one, which in effect you can hold for a few seconds to record and then press it again and stop the recording and play it back. But we'll check that out in a second. But let's go through the sounds, see what comes packed into this device. First one is clapping. Next one. A little bit of crowd laughter. The quality of those sound pretty good, actually. Some cheering. If you're feeling cheerful. That's when you take an L or when you fail. I'm not sure what that means. That means when you take a win or when you cool. I don't know. And the last one here is customizable button. Now for this, you can actually just press and hold for a few seconds. I am the craziest person in the world. Did you know that? I am the craziest person in the world. Did you know that? And if you don't press it again, it keeps recording up to about 30 seconds of record time. You can't download any files or anything to this little travel size audio mixer. So yeah, in case you have those questions in mind, take them out of your mind. So let's go ahead and add ourselves a Bluetooth capable device that can play some audio. I'm going to use my MacBook for this demonstration. Let's jump into it. We're going to go ahead and flip this guy over to the side and flip on Bluetooth. Right, so right now we actually have Bluetooth broadcasting. Comes up as the Comica ADCaster C1, the entire name and model. Just like that, I can play some music. I have ducking going, so it's going to play it and duck as I start to speak. I can control the audio levels with my aux button here on the far right. The awesome thing about this customizable button here is that if you are connected to your computer, your Mac, your PC, and you have audio playing through your device coming into your caster, then you can record it with the customizable button simply by holding it down for a couple seconds and allowing it to record. Press it to stop, and you have recorded audio off of your computer, or you can record via the mic. With me having pressed record, let's see if it actually records from my PC to this device. What I do notice is that with the aux volume, when you're controlling external audio, such as Bluetooth device, aux device through one of the auxes through the out to the back here, it has an end to it. So if you turn it, it will in fact stop at the max and it will stop at the minimum. It has a stop. However, when you're utilizing your inputs, this will keep rotating, if you look closely, eternally. You can just keep turning it nonstop. The same for input 2. So the only real way you know that your inputs and your levels are high are based off of the levels you see here in the middle of the casters. All right, Techie Gamers, so what do I think overall of this miniature device right here? I think that this is a super powerhouse feature-packed device in such a small little iPad mini size of a case. One of my favorite features overall on this. So obviously I do like some of these EQ modes. Bumping up the bass is kind of a cool thing, a little muffled, but it's okay. I really like this bright audio. It really catches the nuances of your audio, and you can stand back quite a decent amount and it will pick up your audio. If you are a gamer, this is probably great to keep it at a distance from you. These reverb effects are actually quite nice, from low, medium to very high reverbs, right? They have names to them, room, stage, and hall, but it's more like low, medium, and high reverb. The sound effects are awesome as well. Auto tuning is fantastic. Female, male, robot,
And my favorite, the monster.
Those effects are pretty good and they switch instantly. There is no delay from one effect to the other. The knobs as well are pretty stable and sturdy. I like that they are stepless and smooth. 4 essential microphone, I guess, features you can call it. You have a denoise, you have loopback, which is really for PC, and ducking for lowering your audio levels when you're speaking, and of course mute, obviously. 6 sound effect buttons here at the bottom, 6 pads, 1 customizable, which you can customize with your microphone speaking into it, or you can capture audio from an external device like an iPhone or a computer. I like that it comes with a plethora of cabling, USB-C to USB-A, TRS cables. There are 2 of those. There is the actual dual XLR to USB-C for another set of microphones. You get yourself a nice, awesome, big, flashy Comica microphone here, XLR, which actually sounds quite nice once you get a nice little EQ. Super sturdy microphone stand. This entire mic setup right here is 100% metal, with the exception of the actual shock mount here. The weight is significant. Nice shock mount feature. It is super wobbly, so by shaking this microphone, you hear nothing in terms of wobbling. This is fantastic, and I have it with denoise on, so if I really give this a good shake and break. So Techies and Gamers, does this get a pass on the Tech Toys and Gaming Show? Absolutely. So if you're interested in seeing my other reviews on my other audio mixers that I have, then check the links out right here. I have reviewed the Zeal Sound as well as the Mona Caster audio mixers, so these devices are also quite capable, but just a little bit more expensive and a little bit bigger. All right, so and with that, I'll see you in my next awesome review later.